mad that I was just like 0 for 2 in selecting dirty songs.
Terrible. Like it's like you're me in 2006 when I'm running my high school radio show. Like, come on, fam.
Damn.
Like, you went on iTunes and downloaded clean versions.
Dang. Shots fired off rip.
Damn. You know how many times like I like get cussed for like burning a CD as the basketball teams weren't warming up, and it's like bare cussing, and then teacher's like, yo, cut that shit off. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Oh,
but like,
man.
I don't know. There was an age where I'm like, yo, I remember when I was a kid, I'm like, why do they swear in music? It doesn't make any sense. I asked the question. I'm like, Mom, why do they swear in music? Like, it's bad to cuss, right?
Bro, all I could listen to was Will Smith because he didn't cuss. Growing up, that's the hip hop I knew growing up.
Willie style.
You guys are so sheltered. Oh my God. My mom was just like,
my mom was out here. Yeah. My mom was My mom was young and out here. I had that one Jay-Z song from Rush Hour memorized. What's the song? Can I get a fuck you? That one.
Oh, that song was hard.
I had that song memorized. Okay.
Listen, I used to be at my grandparents' place, and I used to stay with my uncles. And when I was a kid, they were like in their late teens, early 20s, and that's when Wu-Tang was out. So I was raised on Wu-Tang, Bob Marley, whatever my mom would listen to, you know what I'm saying? So
damn.
It's always been, my mom never censored me. She's like, just don't, I don't swear around my mom, never. I don't even say the F word around my mom. It's just like, nah.
I cuss all the fucking time, but like,
I know you do.
But for me, honestly, it's funny because like I was always super goody two shoes, but like when I like What's Your Fantasy and then Lay Low and all those ones, that's where I was like, yo, but the cussing does something different to it.
It does. It does. I have no clean versions.
It's like listening to clean versions of dancehall songs. It just doesn't make sense.
That exists? I've never heard that in my life.
Right?
But what I have to respect about clean dancehall is that they actually change the lyrics themselves. It's not just like censored.
But it's weird.
It is weird, but it's skill.
Like listen to Romping Shop, the clean version of Romping Shop.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
It just doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't.
Nah, there's no punch. It's like a light tap. It's not a punch. It's a
right.
And the bubble's not the same either.
No, you have to put like space for Jesus when you're bubbling at that point.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got it. Your hips will swing like this.
Oh
my gosh.
Okay, we got plenty to talk about, but let me play this intro beat right now and see who's ready to hop onto it. I'm waiting for somebody to take it.
What the?
They don't. She don't know. They don't know about this one.
Hey, Stixx, I see you ready to jump in.
Oh, you know what it is. We're not with the hype. Not getting hype. This is also shit. I'm just off the top of the dome. I'm just flexing it with my ring, and I'm just getting known. What it do? We with Shaq and then Pat and that Martika. We getting it on the plane. And the Raptors playing tonight. We got new players in. We got Junior and we got Rodney, and we don't get it in. Hey, what you talking about? What you talking about? Y'all don't know the fight. Y'all don't know.
He's still going.
Yo,
yeah, he's still going. Hey, this guy just went off. Oh my gosh.
This man came through with the blue face flow.
That was insane. Can you be my intro as well? Because he said my name in it.
Facts, he did. This guy snapped. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Appreciate you for doing what Patrick keeps on like pulling a hezzy on every podcast.
Because they're not ready yet. Don't worry.
He hits us with the Big Willie style. Check it, yo.
That's my inspiration.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna pull something like, yo. My name is Joe. I work in the back of a grocery store.
Okay,
we're not doing this.
We are gonna do it. But that's what I was gonna do because I don't rap on beat like that. I just don't. Yeah, right. I'm old.
We are the same age.
You're old too. You're old too, motherfucker. What?
Yeah. First of all, I'm not old.
I'm fine wine.
I am fine wine.
I'm a lovely 1972 Shiraz on a Sunday evening. Yes, of course I am.
Okay.
I like that.
I see you, Miss Napa Valley.
Yes. Miss Napa Valley. Okay, let me intro this.
That's in San Fran, right?
Yeah. Man, it's not with a hype thing. A war.
Yes.
The world general speaking.
What's good, y'all? What's good? Mm-hmm. Live and direct, you know what it is. Yes.
And of course, it's your boy.
Shop like Shaq. You waste you.
And, we have 2 special guests today. Why are you laughing so hard?
Got to big up the crew, man.
Everybody loves that drop, or they like find it hilarious, and I'm not sure.
It's so funny.
It is funny.
Oh, cool, sick. I didn't know.
All right, thanks, guys.
So we have 2 special guests today, and originally I was planning on having Stixx come through because we chatted last week. So we have Mr. Stixx here with us, but I was like, you know what? Nah, it's not. I think we can blow this up a little bit bigger.
Right.
I want my whole Twitter timeline on here.
Yeah.
Whole timeline.
You follow 2 people?
That's 2 people.
That's why
my
we
problem.
struggle.
That's why I struggle to grow. We have Martika also here with us. So welcome to the pod, guys. Welcome to the pod.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Y'all don't know what you did. Just forewarning. You guys have no idea what you did.
I keep telling him that. I keep telling Shaq. I don't know.
2 straight weeks I'm hearing this from guests, and I might have to rethink this whole guest thing.
I'm telling you. But how have you guys been? It's been a while. Like, what's been going on with you? Let's start with Martika. Ladies first.
Yes, let's start with Martika.
I mean, I've been all right. You know, it's been almost a year since I've been on this podcast. So thanks for having me back. But it's been an interesting year. Lots of changes in my life. Lots of things have been going on in the past year. But overall, I'm in a pretty good place. Used to this whole quarantine life, but I'm ready to be outside. So things have to open up because I'm ready to. It's my first single summer in a minute, so I'm trying to be outside.
Nice.
Outside.
Can we still say hot girl summer? Is that still a thing?
It's still a thing.
I don't know.
I thought we were taking from Sweetie. It's gonna be an icy girl summer. I don't know. I don't
know the term. So we just talked about this. I'm old. I don't know.
All right. Skin out summer. Skin out.
Right.
Skin out season. Always.
Yeah, the skin out summer, but inside outside. You know, because I'm at a place in my life where like. I'm not outside like I used to be outside like out there terrorizing the streets. Like I'm in a different place. I just want peace and solitude.
Little quaint gatherings.
Yeah, little bits with a 1-2 fit and with bashment here. Yeah.
You know what that is? That's therapy. That's what that is.
Therapy.
Oh, wow.
That is therapy.
That's post-therapy, Martika. I know it well. Yes.
That is therapy.
That is growth.
Yeah. How you been, Stixx?
Man, a lot has happened since I was last on y'all's show.
When were you here?
2019, I believe.
No, shut the hell
up.
Yeah.
You weren't even on 2020?
No, I was not. I was not on 2019.
So it must have been late 2019 then.
Yeah. Because I remember where I was. I'm not at that apartment anymore. I've moved since, and a whole bunch of life stuff has happened.
Yeah.
Jobs moving around, all the other stuff. But, therapy. Shout out to therapy. Martika knows as well. We talked about it 2 times on the Yo Six podcast. Shameless plug.
You better.
That's right.
It's just been great, and going through a transformative period that was 2020, and again getting used to this pandemic. But yes, man's ready to be outside because people got places to go, people to see.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
I can feel that.
Trust.
How you been, Patrick? How's your week, bro?
Yo, the week was blessed, man. I gotta give a shout out to my boy Aleem at Royce Visuals for hooking me up with a media day invite to the.
Yeah. How was it? What's it called?
Excuse me.
So yeah, man, back on that grind. So we were at the Scarborough Street Eats Market right outside Scarborough Town Center. So you already know. You already know the lifestyle. You already know.
Eastside
Yo, Eastside ting. Anyway, they don't even know. They don't even know.
They don't.
You fucking right.
I was like, who said that?
Oh,
the East Side said that.
East Side, that's it. All the men are from the East End. But nah. It was a sick event. There's a ton of food vendors. So if you don't know, this actually opens up October 3rd. So make sure you guys April 3rd. So make sure you guys go support. There's like 20 different food trucks, food vendors, small business owners there with their authentic cuisine, all the way from Jamaican. We got the Jerk Brothers. We got Tuts, Egyptian street food. We've got some Filipino food. Everything? Bro, I ate so much. Like, yeah, the next day was rough. I'm not gonna lie. The next day was kind of rough, but yo, honestly, I gotta give them a shout out and make sure you guys hit that place up. Like I said, April 3rd, that opens up. So
listen, people do not understand. I keep telling people when it comes to food, not just Toronto itself, but Scarborough.
Yeah,
Scarborough does food has everything. Listen, I lived on Lawrence Strip. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Michael Lawrence, Scarborough Golf Club, Susan Street. You already know what it is. But the strip between Kennedy and Victoria Park on Lawrence, fam,
ridiculous,
bro. All the plazas for days, bro. Oh
ridiculous. That's why I went to high school, so I ate enough. So definitely glad to see this back in the Scarborough ends getting some love. So definitely check that out. Yo.
Oh yeah, you went to Wexford, right?
You already know.
You? That's already new.
Damn, so yeah, man. So that's been me. But Shaq, what you been up to, man?
It's been a good week. It's been interesting. Had to put in my notice and I'm going somewhere else again. The man's a free agent again for a quick second. Oh, bro, I feel like it's crazy how quickly I just keep switching up, and honestly, it's exhausting. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I don't even know if I say that on the pod yet. But
yeah, no, I don't know. Let it ride.
Yeah. Let it ride. Honestly, sign the contract. You know what I'm saying? Sign the paperwork.
The paperwork's good. Everything's good. They just gotta give them a bank account.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say
direct deposit. The direct deposit's not there yet. It's just the
So you gotta wait for that part.
Yeah.
You see that first. You gotta see that first paycheck first. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you waiting the first paycheck,
bro? No. After the first shift. After the first shift, I'm just like, I work here now.
Okay, but here's a question though: how quickly do you change your new job on LinkedIn?
Ooh,
I like to let it ride for like 3 weeks.
I do a month.
Yeah, I do about a month.
Yeah.
You know what? If I had known that it was a month, then I probably wouldn't have changed my LinkedIn from that. No, I changed it just like as soon as I got a new thing. I'm just like, all right, I'm here now. That's fine. Right.
Patrick, I'm surprised you even wait. Like, you've been at the same company forever. So it's just like a change of a title.
I was trying to put myself in your shoes when you leave.
You don't even know what it's like in these streets.
I don't.
No. You gotta let that rock off rip first week, bro. Let people know
that's true.
Yo, I'm here, fam. And people will be like,
that's true.
How do you get that?
Yeah, your level up. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, Stixx is right. You got to just let people know. Let them get that LinkedIn notification, bro.
Where just be like, oh,
Monday morning, 9 a.m.
No, legit. During business hours, let them know.
I don't even know my password to my email yet.
You don't even have a key card yet.
Yeah.
You can't even get in the building.
You can't even get in the building, fam. Your lockouts. Exactly. Someone has to come downstairs and get you.
Yeah, them days.
Those ones. Jeez.
Yeah, but this week, I guess we can start off here because it's just been crazy emotionally for a lot of people in Toronto as Stixx flexes the ring that reminds us of a time that we'll never forget.
The glory days.
Mans were trying to call Kyle Lowry, not a Raptor, super premature, and I felt slighted by it. I won't lie. I was like, listen, I think everybody's going a little bit crazy, thinking the broadcasters are saying this is it. Say this is his last game as a Raptor and he's plus 20 something or whatever he was. Let's enjoy this. They had the they were like sensationalizing the moment where like Drake FaceTimed him, and it was really like goodbye-ish.
Mm-hmm. It really was. It was weird. I'm just like, fam.
It was very weird.
I was like, fam, what are y'all doing? Bro?
And then the funny thing is that Norman Powell goes, and nobody was saying this shit about Norman Powell at all, really. And
so it took like an extra day for them to say something, you know?
Yeah.
Before he got his love.
Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about that whole situation emotionally as a Toronto Raptors fan? Stan, I'm sure you guys are all Stan.
For me, like I'm a huge Kyle Lowry stan to begin with. So I was very cautiously emotional yesterday and the day before and this whole week, just leading up to the trade deadline. But in my heart of hearts, I knew that there was no way that they were going to take these flimsy ass deals from all these other damn teams. Like, come on, we're not going to, Masai's a genius, and we know that he's a genius, and he's not going to do us like that at the end of the day. Yeah. So I had a strong feeling that Norm was probably going to be the one to go out of the two of them. I had a very strong feeling that he wouldn't let go of both of them at this time, because that just doesn't make sense.
So much, yeah.
So, especially for what's out there, I don't think that would have made sense. I am sad about the Norm Powell trade, but I understand it. I think it was a pretty good deal for what it was. But of course, like, he's our yardie, so I'm upset. He's Peanut Punch Powell. So
Peanut Punch Powell.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm upset to see him go. But I know that he'll do well with CJ and them boys over there.
Oh yeah,
so.
I'm excited for him, to be honest. That team sounds pretty cool.
Portland is a good team to root for because they have likable players top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? And for Norm to be in that situation in the West, and like he can really flourish because they don't really defend in the West like that. So he's gonna be getting buckets.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be great. And like to Martika's point, and I was talking about it yesterday on Yahoo. The fact that I felt like it was going to be only one of the two were going to go, both weren't going to go, and Kyle's price was way too high for a lot of teams that they were so hesitant on pulling the trigger on it because again, nobody watches Raptors games except for in the ass end of April to May or June. That is the only time people really watch the Raptors. Be like, okay, whatever, but Kyle's not a flashy guy. He's not averaging 20 plus per season, whatnot. He does all the things that point guards really don't traditionally do because on the defensive end, he's incredible. And we've known that. Exactly. He's a bulldog. He's known that. And everyone's just like, oh, well, what are you going to really get with him? It's kind of the same thing like how the Lakers fans were treating Marc Gasol. And we told him, just like, fam, he's not going to get you 25 and 15. This man is a defensive anchor, and he knows how to pass.
That's
so
it.
you better just live with it and have AD and Bron and all of them do all the scoring for you because you're not going to get out of him. And they're like, oh, he's not doing it. It's like, we tried to. You know what? Don't listen to Raptors fans because you know what?
We tried to tell them.
We can't hear must feel.
Honestly.
I genuinely feel like nobody watches Raptors games other than
They don't, man. They don't.
And the thing is, we don't get a lot of nationally televised games,
right?
So it's just like, when's the opportunity for them to like really watch it? Like, are they really gonna get on League Pass and be like, let me watch Matt Devlin and Jack Armstrong? You know what I mean? But it's just like, no, that's not what's happening. So
there's no way
they're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad. I felt like I was the jinx to Norm Powell because I tweeted this out, but I have a reputation of like, whenever I buy a player's merch, their jersey, whatever it may be, in any sport, they get traded. Marcus Stroman, DeMar DeRozan.
Damn.
Yeah. Who else did I have? I had a few other guys throughout the years, and guess what I bought this summer, man? Norman Powell's Rise and Grind. And what happened to the guy?
Who can we get you to target next?
Yeah. Who do you Aaron Baines? Aaron Baines? All right. Aaron Baines. Let me get some Aaron Baines merch.
Absolutely.
Does he even have merch? I don't want a jersey. I don't want Aaron Baines jersey.
He's not that popping out merch already, bro.
He's a bad basketball player. I'll just straight up just say.
But it's so weird because he was nice in Phoenix. So I'm just like,
it makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You brought up earlier though, people not wanting to listen to Matt Devlin and Jack Armstrong, but this week we heard something different.
Hey, big up.
We had the all women's broadcast.
Shout out to the Galdem. Support the Galdem all day.
Galdem all day. Jeez.
So I listened to like the second half of it. I don't know if it was you because I told you my timeline, but somebody tweeted that like this shit just sounds mad like luxurious right now. Like this is like it's like I feel like I should be paying for this. Like there should be a premium on this.
I think I retweeted something like that, but I didn't actually say it. But yeah, I did see that as well.
How what did you guys think about that? The broadcast itself, and the Raptors were the team to do it. Martika, let's start there.
Exactly. Let's ask the resident woman what she thinks.
The resident woman.
Thanks for the title. I thought it was amazing. I don't think that it is it's a phenomenon that it was amazing. I think that this is something that should be implemented more often, not just during Women's Month.
Yeah.
I think it was a great PR move for the broadcast. But I do think that these women should get more airtime in this way on a more consistent basis because they're actually very, very intelligent. They know what they're talking about. They're very great on camera. People love them off. People probably love them a little bit more than the mans that are on the broadcast right now.
Let me tell you.
I mean, there's probably reasons for that. Yeah.
And there's lots of reasons for that. Mm-hmm. So in my opinion, I think that all of those women should get way more respect in terms of getting more airtime and being able to broadcast in the way that they did a couple nights ago, for sure.
What I said was that it wouldn't surprise me if that broadcast was one of the most watched Raptors games of the season, if not for the past couple seasons, because you have someone like Kia Nurse who has been doing amazing,
killing it
through the entire pandemic, and as guest commentary here and there, especially when it comes to women's college basketball or the WNBA, anything that kind of touching on. But her basketball knowledge, plus she's a younger voice, she can speak directly to us, and we're more engaged and locked in. And Megan McPeak, she's a pro at it as well.
Exactly.
And the fact that they had that chemistry and it was kind of like slow start. You got to get jitters, and you're kind of just going through the motion. But they did a great job, and it's just I need more of that. I don't need all these white men telling me how to watch this game.
White men.
So that's what I was gonna say too, because I feel like when you're watching Jack Armstrong call a game and he's supposed to be the analyst, he's the one that's gonna give you the X's and O's. His X's and O's are based on 20 years ago coaching. He hasn't been flexing those muscles in a minute.
Yes and
so
no.
Yes and no.
I don't know.
Let me finish because I feel like when I'm listening to, in comparison, like a Kia Nurse, she's explaining the game with terminology and talking about different moves and shit that is relevant to today's game. Jack wasn't coaching when the Euro step was even a thing.
Sure.
That's my point.
That's fair, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Jack gets a bad rap. Whether it's the voice or he's an old white guy, people kind of give him a bad rap. I actually don't mind Jack as a analyst. I think he does a pretty good job. But what I will say, just jumping back to the point on Kia, I think in the first half, because I watched the whole game, the first half, Stixx, you're right, was a little, they're trying to find their footing. So I would love to see them do this again, build that chemistry, because I think a lot of what happens when you're calling a game is the chemistry. You got to be able to bounce off of each other.
Add them in rotation.
Right? So I feel like that should continue. But Kia, she kills it. She knows the game. She played, the fact that she's currently in the WNBA playing, right, is just another testament to the fact that, to your point, Shaq, she does know the game right now. She understands what's happening, and she could relate to those younger fans. So I love to see it. Kayla Gray, awesome job as well. You know what I mean? And
Kayla's a GOAT already, man.
Exactly.
She already certified out there.
Yeah, but the other woman, I'm forgetting her name right now, so forgive me.
Amy.
No. Who's working with Kia?
Burness? Oh, you're talking about
Megan McPeek.
Yeah. I had to do my research on her. I didn't know she was calling 905 and all that stuff too. So, she's got some chops, and I like it way better than I'm not gonna say their names, but there's some guys who cover the radio who I'm kind of sick of hearing them talk sometimes. So it's good to switch that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this like it reminds me of like, you know, integrating more women into basketball commentary and sports commentary in general is never a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
What just recently went viral a couple weeks back when Candace Parker was schooling Shaq, and like that was wicked. You know what I'm saying?
Shaq's takes. Anything that Shaq had to say,
because Shaq is archaic. Shaq is archaic, and everything comes back down to: did we win championship? Yeah. Did we win championship?
Back in all days, they did give you one of these, and
how many rings did you get? Shut up, Chuck.
Oh God. Bro. And then, go ahead. Go finish your point.
No, it's just like, and I know that they're there for comedic relief and stuff like that, but the only like kind of analytical person on inside the NBA on team is Kenny. That's it. But just like, why not integrate like, you know, a Dwayne Wade, you know what I'm saying? Or like I've heard that, you know, Richard Jefferson is good as well. You know what I'm saying? Like he did good stuff.
He's funny ESPN. Too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's funny. I hated him as a player, but he's funny.
he's funny.
Really funny. Yeah. So it's just like integrate more women into that, because like, you know, they're very great with their knowledge, and I feel like they need to be shared off more. So I hope that TSN and Sportsnet, because I know the game was on Sportsnet, but it's like, listen, you need to integrate more women, your younger, more diverse women, let's just say it, Black women, into your repertoire, into the rotation, to really bring in more viewers, you know what I'm saying, get more fans who can really start to understand the game on a modern level. And I think that's a great thing that they did. And don't let this be a one-time gimmick thing, because we're not with that.
Nah.
I think another thing I wanted to mention, and not that I'm like bashing Jack, like I don't want people to start thinking that I hate Jack and the way that he broadcasts, but I don't know, I think it's weird. Like I don't love his no. I kind of cringe. I literally cringe because he saves it for literally only every African basketball player, and I think it's cringeworthy, to be honest.
I never noticed that.
Damn,
I do, to be honest. I've never noticed that.
That's crazy.
Hey,
damn.
Wait, he hasn't done it for Boucher?
No. Well, yeah, Boucher he does, because I mean, close enough to him, right?
Like Boucher.
But watch Aaron Baines get a block.
Does that happen?
That doesn't happen. But like,
does that even happen?
You know, watch anybody else get a block, and it's just like, it's get that garbage out of here. But it's not no. Just watch.
Jeez. Yo, third eye is.
I feel
weird.
Yo,
man, I got the kufi on.
The lasers are coming out.
Insert J electronic music here.
Facts. Honestly, oh my gosh,
so,
this guy's too well.
In my past,
I wanted to play this other clips because we're also talking about basketball, and I think this clip it goes beyond basketball, just in general, when it comes to just people accepting other people, or not accepting, but considering other people's unnecessary opinions, because opinions aren't always valuable to you. So I'm going to play this clip that Kyrie had, and I think it might also have changed a lot of people's views on who Kyrie is as a person, that he is just a regular person just like us.
That's another root of human struggle, worrying about other people's perceptions about who you are. Like, why would you ever care about that, you know? And I think that I fell victim to that in my past, of worrying about things that I can't control. You know, if the people understood what words could do to a human being, especially where we are in today's society, then they wouldn't be invested in that. So I'm not here to dispel anything. You can continue to ask other people around me about what they think about me, and continue to write about mood swings. Like, you know, human beings have mood swings. Like, you go home and you're not happy with things, or you're mad at something, or you're happy. That's a mood swing. It's okay to be human. Like, I don't have to be perfect for anyone here, nor do I have to be perfect for the public. So I'm not here to dispel any perception. I'm just here to be myself.
Bars.
Yo, Kyrie's a real one, man. Like, legit, and not just like that one quote, but everything that he does, like to stand up for his community, and you know what he does for, like, you know, uplifting women and shit like that. Like, he's a real stand-up dude, and like a lot of respect to him. Always, you know, always been a great player, but he's an equally great human. The man came into Boston saging the spot, okay?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Ashe.
If there's an arena that needs saging, it probably is Boston. To be honest.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But like, as two people who, you know, you're advocates for therapy and for like, you know, just bettering yourself, I feel like Kyrie's kind of tapping into that a little bit. I haven't done therapy sessions, or even I've thought about it, but I haven't done it. But he just sounds like someone who's really taking that time to be more self-aware and understand himself. So I'm curious just to know like your thoughts on that as folks who, you know, have gone to therapy and have worked on yourselves, as we all should, I think.
I think that with working on yourself and self-improvement and therapy and everything, there's this weird perception that therapy is just going to fix everything immediately within an X number of sessions or something. Or that you only really go to therapy when you're down bad. But people go to therapy even when there's not anything presently wrong or something like that's really traumatizing to them currently. It's more so just being able to like process the things that have happened in the past in order to figure out like your coping mechanisms, what they were, and how you can figure out like healthier ones or ones that serve you better currently and in the future. But it's not something that will make you a perfect person. It's none of these things. Like working on yourself is you shouldn't have the intent shouldn't be I'm going to be perfect. It's I'm going to progress and I'm going to be a better person than I was yesterday or last year or whatever the case is. For me, myself, I think I let go of perfection once I had a child. Because that's when I really like, you're thrown into something that you literally have never done before. And there's no actual handbook because every person's different and every baby's different and every situation's different. So everybody can give you tips and whatever.
Nobody can tell you what to do.
Nobody can tell you exactly how this particular baby is going to react to whatever your parenting style is. So I learned about how to let go of perfectionism once I became a parent. And now I have it on my bio. I say it all the time. I'm a professional mistake maker. I like to experiment. Parenting is an experiment. This whole entire life that I'm living is one big experiment because I am making decisions as I go along my path, and I don't know what the outcome of my decisions are going to be exactly, but whatever the outcome is, I'm going to take it. I'm going to analyze the results, and I'm going to figure out if the next experiment that I have based on this last one, if I can make my decisions, the decision-making process smarter or better and more effective so that the outcome is a little bit better. And if it's not, then it is what it is. I'm going to continue that process and progress. And I say this all the time. Stixx can probably attest to this too, is progress at the end of the day. Whether it's baby steps or large steps, you're still progressing through life, through your mistakes, through your failures, through all your wins, tiny or large, you're still progressing. So for Kyrie to come out, especially as a public figure, a very well-known public figure, and talk about the fact that he's not a perfect person and he doesn't want to be is huge, especially for athletes out there probably watching him who strive for perfectionism.
Right.
As an athlete and probably as a human as well, because I know like I was an athlete growing up as well. I played soccer for a very long time. So I know like through coaches and through like,
job.
You're supposed to be
perfection is your job. Yeah.
Exactly. So like, I can only imagine what it's like being a professional athlete, having people watch you, fans watch you, and like people look up to you and things, and you're supposed to be this perfect image of a human, of an athlete. And it's just not possible. So I understand the pressure, and I actually really, I commend him for taking that stance to be like, you guys expect me to be perfect, but I don't want to be that. That's not who I am. I'm a human first, and this is just my job. And you guys are going to respect the fact that I'm not a perfect person, because either way, I don't give a fuck. And so I'm super, super down with that energy, because I am now in this stage of my life, I'm exactly the same.
Legit.
How do I even follow that, man?
What you gonna say now, Stixx?
I mean, listen. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Okay,
okay, bars. That's how we're starting.
barely. But no, everything to Martika's point is the fact that you are working on yourself, and it's not something that again, it's not a destination. It's an ongoing journey. What I had to discover about therapy, like you, Patrick, I wasn't necessarily receptive to it at first. I did do a therapy session like back in like 2017 when I had benefits, just kind of explore. I'm just like, you know what? It's good to like kind of talk to somebody and whatnot. It was a white man. So like it was the session was fine. But then after a whole bunch of turmoil happened in 2018, then I was just like off it. Then basically I was just like, you know what? There's a lot of tough shit that's going on. Maybe I just have to like kind of get through it. You know what I'm saying? Just like, all right, you have to trek through the mud and on the other side, you come out clean. You know what I mean? So that's what it was. But then when more things were happening in my life and it was really like I was feeling like I was losing control of things, then like, as it was brought to me and I was still like, you know what, let me just get through these tough times. Things will get better, get to the point where like, where I was, but I was just continuing to stunt my own personal growth, my own spiritual growth, my own mental health, in terms of that getting better. And then, when everything was like kind of crashing and burning, that's when really like, okay, therapy was, the only outlet that I had to seek out. And it doesn't need to be that. Like Martika says, like therapy is not somewhere you go when you're absolutely at rock bottom.
Right.
That's the worst time to get therapy, first of all, because when you're going through a crisis and you're trying to look for a therapist at the same time, that takes forever. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful that I was already in a place like, just starting off therapy and then obviously things happening in the universe and then connecting with Martika and, having somebody like that who is kind of grounded and has experience that's similar to yours. A lot of things that contribute to your mental wellness and your well-being continue to get better is having a lot of hard conversations with friends. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you can talk to a therapist about it. They're like a complete stranger. You don't necessarily have a personal attachment to them. But when you can sit in a parked car in a parking lot and have a conversation for hours on end, or you're woken up at 7:00 in the morning with like a whole bunch of the crisis stuff and everything else is just like kind of going on. Listen,
these things actually happen.
Yeah, sounds real.
There's a lot of it's part of the entire process, and that's the transparency and openness and the fullness that me and Martika share because of the fact that as much as we are on our own individual therapy, mental health journeys, we still are in this together because of the fact that we have each other to lean on. Not a lot of people have those close friends, those close connections, even family to even rely on to help them with their mental wellness. Because look, we're all Black. You know what I'm saying? We know what, like, therapy, mental, all that stuff. Nah, man, in your head. It's in your head. Go and drink tea and all this other stuff. It's like, no, it's just like, tea can't fix this.
Ray nephew can't solve this problem.
Nah, like,
ginger ale can't fix this.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of continuing to understand and to self-reflect, to become more self-aware about your own circumstances and not comparing yourself to where somebody else is at, because everyone is going through it in their own way. You know what I'm saying? Like the pandemic really saved me from making a lot of terrible decisions, because just like, all right, you're rooted in it, your new place, your new home. It's just like, all right, sit down, suckle yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like look
at
in
yourself
the mirror.
In the mirror.
Exactly. You just have to process all that, and I came out a healthier, happier person, and that's what I'm
honestly like in therapy is exactly that. You have to. People think that therapy is you're talking to somebody and that person's going to give you the solutions to your problem. That's not what it is. Therapy is literally you speaking yourself into awareness. That's basically what it is. It's you speaking about your problems so much, or the things that you're going through so much, or speaking through your emotions so much that you arrive there yourself. The therapist is just there to guide you and make sure that you're being challenged to think a certain way, not a certain way that they feel or whatever. It's just to challenge you to think in a different way. But the thing about therapy is that you have to face yourself in order for it to work. You can't lie. You have to be very honest to yourself. And you have to be able to speak that honesty to somebody else so that they can understand it and offer the guidance that you need. And I think that therapy also, what I like about therapy is in doing all of that, it's helped me to be able to communicate with my family and my friends better, because I'm learning how to communicate with myself in a way, like, or communicate my own feelings to myself. Right. So I'm able to then do that in my personal relationships too. So therapy, guys.
You know what I like? You know what I like too? With Kyrie is that he took a lot of heat for this when he took the time off early in the season and he kind of stepped away. And I didn't understand it because we've gone through a traumatic year. A lot of people have taken time off from work if they were fortunate enough to still have a job, and they had to take that time. Yet he took time away, stepped away, was with family and friends, and took heat for that. And I didn't understand that. And I think, and when he came back, he said just that, like what you're saying, like he needed the time away. He was clearing his mental space, and I think that's important. You just need to do that sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate that like we hold athletes to a different standard and we don't treat them as people. We treat them as like characters playing a role. So the moment that they're not playing that role or doing the normal things that a professional athlete is supposed to do, which is show up and perform. Yeah, it's like you're not playing basketball that you make millions of dollars to do because you're going through it.
And the thing is, it's like it's the entitlement from fans, because it's just like it's not like they're making millions of your dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the owner's dollars. You know what I'm saying? That's the league's money. It's like that's not your money,
right?
Like you're paying for a cable.
It's not like our tax dollars are going to Kyrie's pocket.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you found.
But
just relax.
But you guys talked about like how you guys have leaned on each other, and I think in past conversations, past podcasts, we've mentioned the fact that it's hard for people who are homies to bring up shit that they're actually going through, even though people are like, "Yo, how's everything going?" And you're like, it's all good. Nobody goes into any more details than that. But I just want to talk about how you guys got to a point where you were comfortable enough to say anything with somebody else.
Okay.
I think I can't really pinpoint a point in our relationship other than like the most dramatic points of our own personal experiences. But I think that when I went through like some really heavy stuff in my life, I kind of like navigated it by myself, because I was the only person that I knew personally that had been through like the breakdown of really important relationships and things. So when it came time and Jordan was going through those things as well, I think just knowing that there was somebody there that he knew, and we already had like a friendship, but it wasn't very close or deep. It was like one of those things like,
you guys weren't buddy like messaging each other every day.
No.
Like if I see, like, here's the thing, like I see Martika on road at parties, wherever, it's always a big hug, big smile. Always that's always something that we always have. But on a personal level like that, like it was never like that.
Yeah. So once Jordan was going through his own like very, very deep breakdowns of relationships and things in his own life, and he knew that I also went through that in a different way, but still like similar, right? He knew that he could come to me, and like I'm a very open person. You guys, everybody follows me on Twitter. You guys all follow me on Twitter. Not everybody, but I mean everybody in this Zoom.
We got you. All the listeners.
Everybody follows.
I heard somebody snicker. So I heard it in my headphones. I have them turned up. So everybody in this room follows me on Twitter. I don't deep dive into my specifics of my personal life, but I talk a lot about themes that I've gone through that are related to my personal life. So I think through that, certain people feel comfortable with coming to me about things, because I'm I've already shown that I'm open to talking about it. So I feel like with Stixx, he probably felt the same. And yeah, there was one day where he was like, it was the way that, I think it's the way that you approach people when you want to talk about something deep. Because I remember he was just like, are you in the space to talk about this?
That's very respectful too.
I remember sending that text. It's like, I was going through my phone. I'm like, I didn't even know who to talk to. I'm just like, the only person who came to mind is just like, I know Martika has gone through this. And the thing is just like, I knew loosely that she had gone through this, but I didn't know the extent of it. So I'm just like, I don't know how fresh it is. I don't know if it's something that's very triggering. And the thing is, she could have said, you know what? No, I'm not in this phase. And then maybe this friendship doesn't really manifest to the point of where it's at right now. But yeah, I had to come correct. I had to be like, yo, are you in the space to talk about this? Because I have no one else to talk to about this. You know what I'm saying? And then, there's that. And then she was just like there. And for me, just like Martika, very, very severely independent, navigate through all things. Like no one really knows things like, about my life in that regard. Even my own family, like my mom, my aunt, when I was moving and all this other stuff. And then I told them so after the fact, they're just like, you were going through all this? I'm just like, I sure was. Put on a brave face, go to work, do what I gotta do, and that's it. But Martika allowed me to really shed a lot of my vulnerabilities and without judgment. And I think that's a thing that's
huge too.
A lot of us
part.
Exactly. A lot of us within our own friendships just feel like, some people are bad minds. So I'm just like, well, I don't know who they're talking to, or you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know what? It was Martika. It was Martika all along.
Oh, jeez, don't do that. No, but Stixx, can I ask you a question though? Like, and not just for you, but was it easier talking to her because she is a woman?
Yeah.
100%. Because I find I open up to like my female friends a lot more than I would like my boys, even though those are my dogs and whatever, like I know they got me, but it's just something about talking to a woman.
Patrick, I got great advice. I don't know why you don't talk to me. Next time I'll come. I'm gonna call you.
But the thing is, the most important thing, not to cut you off, the most important thing is like not treating them as your therapist. You know,
right,
because they take on a lot of labor, emotional, physical, all kinds of labor as is. So it's not like adding on to it. My platonic friendships with women, I have a lot of them, but it's just like, it's mutual. It's just like, if you have something that you want to come to me about, definitely kind of extend that. But, I was just very particular as to like, who can I go to with this? And at the same time, she was the only person really in like my age group, someone that I really knew is just like, all right, she can speak to this. And so that's why I felt like I could trust her in that moment, because, sometimes you just have to go with your gut instinct. You're just like, you know what? And
I also think like it's really important to be when you're on the receiving end of information or these kind of deep conversations where somebody wants to talk to you about something. I think it's also really important to sit with when somebody asks you, like, are you in the space to talk about X? You actually have to answer that honestly. Am I actually in an emotional space? Like, am I going to be triggered by this conversation? Yes or no? Or do I have the capacity right now on an emotional level or even on a time level to take this on right now? And I also think I think there's a lot of guilt that people feel to say no. But I think it's very important for in friendships, because I feel like if you are not in the space to take on or listen to your friends' experiences, heavy experiences at that, and then you still do it, there's like a very strong chance that resentment can be built, because now you're feeling heavy based on your friend's life, and you're energetically, it just changes a lot of things. So I think there's like a lot of things that come into play when you're having these like very deep conversations with friends. And I feel like with men, like obviously I'm not a man, so I can't really speak for you guys, but from the outside looking in, I feel like men get a bad rap from the time they're born to adulthood and beyond, where like emotions, the vocabulary is very small. So you're taught like, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm happy, and that's pretty much it. And if you're sad, you can't really express in the ways that girls can because it's seen as like a girl thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So like the emotional vocabulary and the intelligence isn't where women are when you're an adult. Mm-hmm. So the expression when you become an adult is different. Like I've had experiences with men where it's just like, oh, how are you feeling today? And it's just like, I'm all right. It's like, okay, but your energy's different. Like I can feel something's different here, and I'm not gonna push you. Like when I can feel that somebody like I'm connected to on an emotional level is having a bad time, but they're not in a space to talk to me about it. And they're just like, yeah, I'm all right. Like, meh. Like I'm having an all right day.
Yeah, like I'm blessed. I'm all right. I'm chilling.
Yeah, like everything's all right. It's just a work thing, or like something's going on in my life, and it's just like, okay, I then have to be like, I'm not gonna push you to talk about it, but here's your options with me right now. Number one, do you want to talk about it right now? Yes or no? Or number two, do you want a distraction? Do you want to talk about something else? Like, do you want me to be here for you? Or number three, do you want me to just leave you alone and give you your space? Because I feel like if you're giving somebody those options, they don't feel pressured to express in the ways that you want them to. You know?
Fair.
So, and I feel like there's just like a mutual, like emotional respect that you have to have in friendships and like even romantic relationships as well. Just like knowing how people cope. Even if you don't cope those ways, and if you don't agree with the way that they cope, you still have to understand that like they're surviving life just like how you are surviving life. It's just a different way. So like I just feel like men need to speak about their lives more with other men. I feel like men need to speak more about how they feel in general. I feel like with social media and like mental health being a big push on social media these days, I feel like men are starting to open up a little bit more. It's just that, again, the vocabulary isn't there yet.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because I think the other day I was like, I wasn't having a great day, and like I couldn't tell you why if you asked.
Right.
Like there was no clear definition as to like I'm feeling like this because this happened, or I'm feeling like this because whatever. So I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I feel like almost just because I know that journaling is a thing. I watched fucking Sons of Anarchy. Is a horrible show that I don't love it anymore. I fell out of love, but I'm finishing this thing. Homie is journaling throughout the whole thing, and I'm like, is this like almost like a therapeutic thing for
most definitely.
Is this an outlet that I should potentially explore when I just don't know how I feel?
Yeah, my mom encouraged journaling when I was a kid, and I used to do that a lot, but then it got to the point where it's just like I was just writing like kind of angry things, so I kind of went away from it. But then when I got a notebook, but the thing is, even when you're writing, you're journaling and you're writing, like you have a whole lot of negative thoughts, at least you're getting them out there to some capacity so that you can like, all right, kind of process it. And then I went back and I reread some stuff, even from like 2016. I'm just like, my God, I was just speaking negatively about myself. Like, you know, and the thing is, it's like, and I know that, you know, us as Black people working in professions that, you know, we are very much the minority. It's like that pressure that's always on us. And because I work in TV and like I'm an editor and all this other stuff, I come from Scarborough. So there's just a lot of things you feel like a lot of people are kind of like propping up, boosting up, and you don't want to let people down. So just like any misstep, it's just like, you're going to get fired. They're going to fire you and all this other stuff. I'm just like, looking back on it, I'm just like, my God.
Yeah.
I'm not even looking back on that. I'm still seeing it.
Exactly. But it's just like, you know, self-talk, you know what I'm saying? Positive self-talk, words of affirmation, saying nice things about yourself, having little reminders here and there. Like those are things that I feel like us as men need to do more. And, you know, being more vulnerable in a sense where you just like, you know, you could tell your brethren like you love them without them having to say no homo. I'm just like, yo fam, it's not that deep, like at all, ever at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like more of that. And I think that I am starting to see a shift with Black men, and you know, the exploration of getting into therapy. The interest is definitely building up there. People have reached out to me through DM, just like, yo, where did you look, and all this other stuff. And it's great. I love to see it. You know what I'm saying? Be better men, not only for yourself, but for society as a whole. Become better parents. You know what I mean? So it's great. Better partners. And that's what we all need out here, because someone then if it fix hot themselves up.
Yeah.
Actually,
Talk the things. Jeez.
Is Martika agreeing on another level over here?
Yeah.
It's one of the, if you know you know.
Okay.
Still kind of sticking with the same concept of just like, you know, your, you know, self, the way that you look at yourself. Joe Rogan's fallen under some heat in the past little bit, and I'm not even sure how old this podcast clip is. I feel like
it seemed dated.
I've seen this before, but he's been criticized about his explaining the double standard for people body shaming on his podcast. I'll play the clip right now.
Okay.
Eating too much food. If you see a fat guy, how come he doesn't get the same sort of treatment? If you see a morbidly obese man in his underwear, no one's saying he's beautiful, because he's disgusting and he's fat and he's lazy and he's addicted to food. We all know it. But if it's a woman, we're so inclined to like, just let her go. She's fine. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. You're amazing. Like, give her space. We treat them as if they're incapable of recognizing the absolute reality of their fit beast.
It was their physical size or whatever. That's what he was saying. So how do you guys feel about it? Because it was definitely like the language is kind of harsh, regardless of how you feel about it. But what was there some truth to what he's saying?
I would say so. I don't think we don't look at men and women's bodies the same way or talk about them the same way, regardless if it's positive or negative. We just never do. You know, even the example of like the dad bod, you know, versus there's no mom bod, you know what I mean? So stuff like that. But in this specific situation, you know, I think there's a point where it's like, we don't have those conversations. I'm not going to say I necessarily agree with him, but I can understand his viewpoint that we don't challenge we don't challenge the genders the same way. You know what I mean? Like, we don't talk about them the same way at all.
Yeah.
I was the first thing that kind of came to mind is the fact that when you look at, you know, big, like, you know, big men, you know what I'm saying, heavy set men throughout history, that was always like kind of looked at, like, if you look at different civilizations, that was looked at something very respectable, because it's just like, you know what, he's the big man on campus, he's eating good, he's spoiled with riches and all the other stuff. Whereas exactly. But then when you look at, you know, how women have been objectified over the years, and even still currently to this day, like, we're still just seeing plus size models on swimsuit magazine covers for the first time this year. You know what I'm saying? And even look at how, you know, Lizzo gets treated. You know what I'm saying? Just like how everyone's just like, oh, like she's this big woman, and then when she's doing all these, you know, egregious and you know, outlandish spectacles, like, you know, when she's at courtside at a Lakers game or something like that, I'm just like, yeah, but she's comfortable in her own skin. Men have been groomed to be, like, you know, seen in their own skin, regardless if you're skinny or if you're fat. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the powers that be, who have basically determined, like, this is what is sexy on a woman, like, you know, the European standard of beauty is still something that is still, you know, regarded as, like, you know, the top tier, and it trickles down when you
the whole BMI system is racist. Like, it's based off of white
facts.
Yeah, it's white people their physique. It's not anything to do with us. It's not even necessarily healthier. No, you know. So
exactly.
I went on the scale, it told me I'm obese, because based on the BMI, and like, honestly, I look at that stuff because I have one of those smart scales and you get your stats. And I have this goal that I'm trying to reach by my birthday, and I'm not gonna say it because I want to keep it until I reach it. But yeah, it's one of those things I look at because I personally, like, I feel like as a man, you're either like in the scale where you are really fit, or you're the fat guy or the big guy. But if you're in between, there's no middle. Like you can't. You have to
be jacked. You gotta be
jacked, or you gotta be like the skinny guy, the lean guy, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I do think, and I'll pass this over, but I do think there is a point to be made about people who are unhealthy. So we know that obesity is a disability. It is a health concern. So I do think there's constructive ways to encourage people to lose weight or to be healthier without shaming them, for sure. But I do think it's important that we do have these conversations where we're not accepting obesity as something that's okay, because ultimately, if we're really talking about health and caring about people, that's not healthy, right? So I just think it's important to have those conversations as well. What do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think that while I agree that like we need to promote health and wellness, I also feel like there's a very, very thin line that people cross, where they're pushing people who are maybe not ready or don't want to fit into that standard that you see as healthy or you see as productive or you see as the way of living. I feel like people who want to be healthy will be healthy. If they don't want to be healthy, they're not going to try to be healthy. So I also feel like there are people, like the term healthy, like who made that up? You know what I mean? Like obviously there's health things that happen, but like how do you know that somebody who is obese is healthy or not healthy? Because they could have great cholesterol. They could have great blood pressure, or maybe not. But you don't know what their health concerns are, or if their health concerns are related to obesity.
Right.
So it's just like when you see somebody who is obese or heavy set or fat, you're looking at them as you're unhealthy right off the bat.
Off rip. Yep.
But you don't know what their health is or what their history is, or if the health problems that or if they have had like genetic health problems that have contributed to the fact that they're obese. Like you don't know any of their history.
And there's
so just assuming that they're unhealthy off rip is really offensive to them.
Absolutely.
And it's also like on the very like on the other extreme, like skinny people, when you see a skinny person and you're just like, you need to gain weight, like, well, you don't know if my metabolism is just high, because I eat like a grown-ass man. So what do you want me to
do? The calories are burning as I'm eating them. What do you want me to do?
Like, what do you want me to do? It's not that I'm not eating. Like, like when people see me, or like aunties will see me on road and it's just like, oh, you need to eat more. It's like, ma'am, I eat more than you on any given Sunday. Like, geez, like you don't know what somebody's history is. And that goes for anything, mental health, relationships, health. Like you don't know anything about anybody.
Exactly.
So to push your ideals onto somebody else can be offensive to them. And I understand why Joe Rogan is catching flack for these views. I do understand where he's coming from as well. I also know that Joe Rogan is a very blunt person, and he doesn't give a fuck about how he directs his messages or the way he does it. So I understand all angles, but at the end of the day, I think that humans need to have more compassion about people's history when you don't know what it is.
And then there's also we got to layer on like financial situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Geography. You throw in like somebody who's not really making a lot of money. They're living in the United States, where a country that honestly doesn't give a fuck about their people. So they try to they just.
I mean, hold on.
What's up?
Let me interject.
We're not going to talk about the vaccine. We're not going to talk about the vaccine. We're not going to talk about the vaccine.
I don't know. You knew that's where he was going.
At the end of the day, they don't have free healthcare, and the vaccine process as well is very racist. So we're not even going to touch that yet.
All right.
No, I wasn't even going to touch that. I was just talking about the fact that you like if you don't make a lot of money, you're living in like a not a great neighborhood. Let's just say a lot of the advertising and stuff goes to go and drink Coca-Cola, eat this. Like I'm when I was in LA, people were like, "You got to have the Mexican Coca-Cola." I'm like, what's the difference? What are you talking about?
What the fuck is that?
The Mexican Coca-Cola is the one that comes in a glass bottle, which has real sugar.
Yep, sugar cane.
The one in the American one in the can has sucrose and fructose or whatever the fuck, like the fake shit.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is like if they're just feeding the people this type of shit and you can't afford the best options on top of the fact that you may have your family history in terms of like health conditions and whatever affects your size and stuff like that. You can't just kind of have a blanket statement like, all right, fatty, go work out.
Words. Yeah,
if you look at low income areas or the hood or whatever, you look around at what's around you. Like literally look at your surroundings. What kind of grocery stores are available to these people? Is there a Whole Foods or is there a really shitty No Frills? Like, you know what I mean? Like
they're expensive. Like it's different.
It's different. And then on top of that, if you want to be healthy and you want to buy organic and you want to you want to be vegan, you can't afford it because a vegan meal, a salad is going to cost you like $14 at the end of the day. You can't go to Whole Foods as a regular ass person. You can't go to Whole Foods and feel good about that financially. And then on top of that, these gyms on top of like the membership prices are out of this world as well. The ones that are in lower income areas are run down, not kept
fit
up.
For less, you know what I'm saying?
Fit for less is great, but then everybody is going to Fit for Less. Everybody's there. So when you're going there, you're not even like getting a good workout in because the facility is packed. So it's just like there's so many factors into somebody being going into somebody being unhealthy or healthy. So I feel like when you're a healthy person, or you're like somebody who pushes that agenda, it's so easy for you to be like, you should be healthy, or you should be eating properly, or you should be working out, but you don't actually know where that person lives, what that person's financial responsibilities even are, what their income situation is. Like, you don't know anything. So I understand that, yes, we as people need to be healthy, but I also feel like there are certain people that are put into positions in their life where they're set up for failure in these areas.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
It's just like, I'm sure a lot of people
things are systemic. A lot of things are just systemic.
No, a lot of things are systemic. They are.
Yeah.
You're right.
What's going, everybody?
I wanted to switch. Sorry, I didn't. Every time I touch something.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
I wanted to switch gears to something a little bit more light, but also dark because I just saw it twice last weekend. You guys saw it. You guys already know. You already know.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, I think
let's go.
I want to start this segment.
I haven't seen it. So
you haven't even seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
What are we talking about?
Well, we'll start this because I want to start a segment with shout out to our boy S. He's doing some content for us.
It's Fandier?
Yes.
My guy.
Just S. So he lets us every week know what he's watching, basically.
Yes, I've seen that. Yes.
So let's hear what S has been watching, and then we'll talk about what we're talking about that I watched twice and spent 8 hours doing last weekend.
You're a mod mind. You're a mod mind.
What's going on, everybody? This is what I'm watching this week. Number 1, Zack Snyder's Justice League. It is the way it was intended to be, but it is 4 hours long. So plan a day for yourself to be able to watch this. It's better than the original. I promise you on that one. Sticking to superheroes, number 2, we have got Falcon and Winter Soldier with Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. It is an awesome show so far, and it shows you that superheroes, they don't get paid. So what are you watching this week?
Woo! Shout out to S.
Yeah, shout out to
that's real. Even though he be jinxing the Raptors and stuff like that, but
honestly, he gets his Raptor takes get me mad. Like,
yeah.
Love the guy, but
like low key, I be muting him sometimes. Just like,
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Like, yo, fam, please,
please stop.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Who saw the Snyder Cut?
You two have seen it. Us two have not.
All right, so we won't do spoilers. We won't get into spoilers.
They also just dropped like today the black and white version, which I'll spend my morning.
Whoa, wait,
tomorrow.
what?
Oh,
yeah,
that's sick.
on HBO Max.
Damn.
Okay.
So
like
you guys
that.
got to take your pick as to how you're gonna watch it first.
I mean, listen,
That's 8 hours of your life, fam.
You got time. We got time.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously, side by side.
I have my PC and I have my MacBook.
Yeah,
Oh
my God. I mean, shoot, I already have the HBO Max link. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Americans. You already know we're out here, gang. But yeah, I'm gonna make a day out of it to watch it. I am excited to. I mean, not necessarily excited, but I'm looking forward to watching.
Did you already see the shit one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
How about you, Martika?
Yeah, I've seen the shit one. And
Is that how you felt about it?
I forgot about it.
It's a forgettable film, man.
Yeah.
It's just DC, man. DC is just not.
The problem with this is you're gonna watch this and you're gonna be like, but like there needs to be more. And Warner Brothers is taking a hard stance and saying, no, we're done. I don't fuck with Zack Snyder. No, we're done. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
crazy because like you see his vision, like you see the rollout that would have taken place that would have changed DC. Like we would have. I'm not gonna say we would have looked at they would be on par, but we would have looked at DC being like, okay, you're giving Marvel a run for your money.
And it's different. It's not
different.
It's not the equivalent of Marvel. It's just different look, different feel.
Right. And I think that's what's needed to differentiate between the two universes, anyways, because they are different.
And I mean, like Marvel has like a 12-year head start, so like, you can't compare. The best things that DC has put out was the Dark Knight trilogy. I say trilogy because Dark Knight Rises is
Come on.
I love Bane.
Okay, good. As long as you love Bane.
The thing is, the storyline itself was just like
it kind of got lost.
When you
they didn't know how to end it.
It didn't age as well.
Exactly. They didn't know how to end it properly. It had potential, but it just ended shit.
I will say this: after watching Snyder's Cut, Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. He's my.
I didn't even like him. I didn't like him in the first one.
I was very concerned when I heard about it.
I was always anti Ben Affleck.
But why?
There's just something about his face.
Yes, his face. You just want to punch him.
I just want to. He has a very punchable face.
Because he's from Boston. That's why.
That's it. That's it.
It's always a Boston.
I can't. Like he just does this thing. Like he's like one of those like very. I guess it fits Batman. It does fit Batman. So I understand why he was chosen for the role. But he just has like in his other roles, he just has like a very like emotionally unemotional thing, and I can't stand it. Like I just want to
so much sense for this. That's why I looked at him and I'm like, this is Bruce Wayne. It's not like because you know the previous Bruce Waynes when they show the Playboy billionaire aspect, it's unbelievable. It doesn't. I can't believe that guy that is like so like charismatic is also this mentally ill person.
Facts.
At the end of the day,
like Bruce Wayne is broken. He's a broken person.
He's a broken person.
Yeah, he is broken. He needs therapy.
It's very dark.
I wrote when I graduated from university with Patrick. I wrote for my thesis paper. We got to choose anything we wanted, and I wrote a paper on the fact that Batman is a not paranoid. He's a schizophrenic, and there's a type of schizophrenia that exists where certain trigger words and things will trigger the schizophrenia where that person appears normal in reality, but the moment you say something like the Joker, it triggers him, and then the Batman persona kicks in. And I also was like comparing the fact that the Joker and Batman are pretty much the same thing. They're yin to a yang for real.
Yeah, they need each other.
They're the perfect duo.
That's like one of the best rivalries in like all comics.
In anything.
Absolutely.
I think in anything like
anything,
Bad versus good, Batman versus Joker is the greatest.
Facts.
But you know what I love about their whole relationship too is the fact that like the Joker makes sense. Like his role actually makes sense, and his viewpoints on things make a lot of sense. Because Batman, the thing about like Marvel too, I think like there's certain characters in.
What's your motivation?
Yeah, they're like there's a lot of like perfect superheroes. You know what I mean? Like they're like, ooh, yeah, save the day, and that's all I do, kind of thing. Yeah. But I feel like with Batman, why I love Batman, because I do love Batman. The reason why I love Batman is because he's a very flawed, like he's a
broken man. He's a broken man, and that's why he's Batman.
And it's just a very dark story. Like the whole entire thing. There's no happiness in Batman at all.
None. Damn, I used to like read the comics, and the comics are like very graphic. So it's just like, yo, he be beating niggas up. Like he be fucking people up. It's just like, yo.
And I feel like Batman gets a bad rap against like other superheroes because
he has a cape and he doesn't fly, fam.
He doesn't have any special powers, and he's a privileged billionaire.
Exactly. He's Jeff Bezos with, you know, equipment.
Yeah, I saw somebody saying that there are cheese that Jeff Bezos isn't Batman or Iron Man. Like all those bees, and you're not even gonna be a superhero.
Yeah,
I feel like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk should like come together and be like Batman and Robin in some form.
That's hilarious.
Fam. No, you know why? Because when Kim Jong-un gets word of that, he's sending missiles out. So no, we're not. We're not in that.
Because Batman has weapons of mass
destruction.
There we go.
Jeff Bezos is more likely to become Lex Luthor than anything.
Fact.
That's true.
Fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. Look how jacked that nigga jacked for no reason. It's like, why are you lifting weights, sir?
Right?
Because he has nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Like, holy.
He makes decisions while he's bench pressing.
That's a life to live. I would love that.
10 more territories.
But I will say, this was a different movie completely. There's a stat that came out which I found hilarious, that 10% of this movie is in slow motion.
Damn.
But it works. To me, it works.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Hold on. Yeah. Before you finish that, sticking to DC, did any of you guys see the new Suicide Squad trailer?
I haven't watched the trailer, but I'm very excited about it.
Not yet.
I'm very excited about it.
King Shark.
I'm very excited about it.
Dog, it's fire.
I'm not spoiling shit, bro. It's like it's been out months ago that these people. We've seen the posters. Don't worry, Pat.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know.
No, but the trailer looks really good.
I need to watch the trailer.
Keep that. Once we're done this, I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, me too. Because I'm actually very excited for it because the first Suicide Squad was so
it had so much potential.
Even with what they shot, there was still potential.
There was potential, but it was straight dookie, man.
Jared Leto should have been an amazing Joker.
He should have been.
I was so cheesed.
Can I say that I still fuck with the like hip hopified grills in his mouth, tats on his face?
Oh yeah, that's fire.
Yeah. Just making sure that we like the aesthetic.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I miss the movies, man. Fuck.
Honestly. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I need you guys to like let me know what you guys think about Jared Leto in his moment here in this movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Shit. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Duly noted.
Yeah, I honestly would love to hear what you guys think about that. Because
honestly, I might watch that. I might make I might shoot a message, be like, "Yo, you trying to watch this tonight?" I might.
Actually, I was gonna say, do you have 4 hours of time?
Yeah.
I do know.
You have 4 hours of Zoom.
You be up late.
Yeah.
These days, Stixx is up late, okay?
Hey, okay. Yo, I feel like that's a segue. I feel like that's a good segue.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I feel like that's a good segue. What's going on, bro?
Listen,
not this convo.
First of all, let me salute Shaq. You know, you already know what it is on the same wavelength. But
shout out happening though.
Honestly, shout out to Martika. Shout out to the city of Chicago out here.
Okay. Windy City.
773-312. You already know.
Okay.
I don't even know the area.
This man shout out the codes.
I don't even know the codes.
Oh man.
I know no codes.
Oh damn.
I know no codes.
There's some bitterness right there.
You ain't got no pros? Right now. You don't know none right now.
Yeah, man, I'm a virgin.
We'll find you some.
All right. Virgin Mary, eh?
I'm a virgin. I've said this joke 15 million times. I'm going to say it here again. Mary is short for Martika.
No,
okay, stop this. Stop this.
Doing that.
It's the second blasphemous thing you've said today. Stop this.
We're absolutely not doing that today.
So
we are.
You know what? You open up the floor and I'm going to talk about it.
Mm.
How are you finding the pandemic long distance vibes? Because I'm assuming that you haven't actually seen each other in person.
No,
in a minute at least, or
no,
ever?
like ever at all. We met we met in December, and basically it was just like not even on like one of those, like, you know, I'm not trying to like haul on tips or whatever, but like, you know, just
good banter.
Yeah, it was good banter, still in the DMs, and I was just like, you know, you offer, you know, I feel like you can offer more great conversation and whatnot. And then basically from that day forward, like we talked every day since, and it's been great. And now it's the fact that anticipation has been built, a bond has been built to the point like, all right, open up the border then, please. So you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those, but it's been great. It's something that I really wasn't looking for anything. And even on her end, it was just like, you know, something that just kind of fell in our laps, and it's like, oh, okay, this is this. But the intention was just like, you know, just navigating through all of life, and then next thing you know, it's just like, okay, well, you're someone cool to talk to, and then there's just been that. So it's been great.
Okay.
Shout out to Twitter, bro. Shout out to Twitter.
Hey, you meet a lot of people on Twitter, man.
Shit, so many people.
Yeah, like I can. Well, I imagine. I know. Like with my girl, I've met her in person like well before we started dating. And then like pretty much pandemic started, and then we started like it basically became a every day I'm talking to you, every day we on FaceTime for 4 hours, blah blah blah, whatever.
Shout out to those, bro. Yo. Like I'll be doing like 4 or 6 hours. I'm doing
bro, why do you think I have this? That's why I own this. So I can describe what that is to people listening. It's a stand, so my phone goes up, so my hand doesn't cramp out from being on FaceTime all day. I have an arm next to my bed so I can like lay back before I'm falling asleep, and I can just kick back and have a combo like this. So I'm not laying in bed like this, bro. It's serious now.
Well, I have WhatsApp on my laptop. Thanks to Martika for like,
you can do that.
I got WhatsApp on the laptop, but like sometimes just be like, I just like kind of hold the phone. But that stand, that is a game changer. Wait a second, I need to invest in that.
Send the Amazon link.
I need that. I got that.
Bro,
run that.
I have a bunch of tools that'll make this a whole lot more palatable.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I'm intrigued. I'm like, what?
So are you not gonna try and head over there?
Yeah.
To the States?
You can go there.
It's a whole lot easier to do that if you wanted to.
But it's because the thing is, it's the coming back part.
The quarantine
is so annoying.
After April, this might not be a thing.
Listen, Porter is resuming flights May 19th. Okay,
that's how you
Porter
know.
To Chicago is a lit flight. I'm just gonna say that.
Damn.
Okay, I've only flown to O'Hare from Pearson. I've never flown to Midway, but I know that that's a short flight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, I gotta schedule everything because, like, you know, little things are happening in the summertime, editing little shows.
Okay.
But it's like
you can do that in Chicago.
Yeah, remote that, bro.
No. This is like an in-person flex. Yeah, it's an in-person flex. You know what I'm saying? So, true. But here's the thing. She has the capability of traveling as well, so it's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. You see exactly. So yeah, but you know what? Let me look at the person on my bottom right hand corner in the box. Yes, Martika.
What do you want from me? I got nothing going on.
Okay.
Yeah. I highly
hold on. The screenshots in our WhatsApp conversation tell me different. So
no, I have nothing going on. I have nothing going on. I literally have nothing going on. I haven't had anything going on in a very long time. Mm-hmm. And me literally conversing with people does not mean that there's anything going on.
This is true, but it's just fun to terrorize you.
Yes, and he does it on a daily basis. Leave me alone.
I have on a podcast that everybody listens.
I know. I love this.
Right. Like,
but are you single and ready to mingle?
Yeah, exactly.
The man wants to know that are listening.
The timeline wants to know if they can.
The reason why I'm laughing.
Don't fucking start with me.
The reason why I'm laughing is because, man. Listen, I'm gonna say this for Martika. Listen, she wants intentional things for Guan. You know what I'm saying? Not no casual play thing. She's a big woman with a pitney. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, she has responsibilities and things. She not dealing with no liquor pitney them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
If you're a big man, if you're a grown man, come correct. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? Yeah, no, I'm single. I'm very single.
Wow. You know what she's the emphasis on very.
Yeah, because the single me now is very different than single me a couple years ago, because single me a couple years ago had like a roster and I was like, I was outside. That's what I'm talking about. I was outside.
We got you.
Outside, yeah.
Martika now is very different. I don't have not one roster. I'm very much by myself, and I am 80% enjoying it, 20% like, what the fuck is this? It's healthier though. Like I'm
sure. Yeah.
It's healthier for me. Like I'm not relationship hopping. I'm not situationship hopping. I'm
entanglements.
Like I'm not trying to get into anything that is going to bring me even more trauma that I don't need. So yes,
being a whole lot more selective about the energies that you're entertaining in your life.
That's really what it is. That's what it is.
Absolutely. And like, yeah, there's like people that I'm interested in.
Select the words. Why?
Because if you guys understood the fact that like more times it's just one of those. It's like Martika hit me. It's like, yo, what the fuck? First of all, some of you man's like, I don't know where you guys got your lines from, but my God,
it's bad. Stop. It's bad out there, eh? It's bad.
Like, how about this? Have you ever heard? Has some like a woman that you know well shared a bar that one of your homies threw at this woman that you know well, and it just is. Like you wish you never saw it.
No,
because I've seen this before. I've seen this before where I'm like, why are you showing me this? I don't want to know what his game is, and I don't care that it's whack. And now I look at him different. It's weird.
Do you coach him up after that? Like, how do you?
I don't know. I can't coach him.
You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to know, right?
You're not supposed to know. Yeah. Here's the thing. There's people whose lines I've seen that I am aware, like I know of them, but I'm not personal friends with. In terms of like all that, so it's just like, I don't know any of that shit. But I'm like, I see some dudes. It's just like, yo, what are y'all saying, bro?
Yeah. I know. Back in the dark days, I probably had some stupid lines too. Like, I think we've all been there.
Well, back in the dark days.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Like, it's just. Grow up.
I also, though, in the same breath, I commend the guy that tries, period.
Absolutely.
Because I've always been the guy that has never actually truly shot my shot until maybe as of like recent, where I'm like, okay, well, what do I really have to lose? If I want to see if this is a thing, let me see if this is a thing. But like, I've always been the guy where it's like, playful flirtation, you know. You can take it for what it is, or maybe we're just friendly. You tell me you lead this. You tell me you give me enough to let me know that I can actually, jump in for real.
Yeah, with me, I'm like, look, I'm a big believer in astrology. Cancer, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, Libra rising. I have 3 placements in Leo, so I'm like because I'm close to Leo.
I don't. You lost me. Don't worry. 3 suns of moons and.
Are you an alien? That's what it sounded like.
Listen, here's what you need to do. Y'all need to go do your birth chart, because you guys will really find an understanding of who you guys are, if that's something that you believe in. But I think
what did you call it?
A birth chart. Birth chart. Yeah. Let me write this down. Me and Martika. Listen, this is part of the bonding in me and Martika experience. Okay, and it's a miracle that a Cancer and a Sagittarius are good friends, because
I have a lot of Cancerian friends.
I know, because we're amazing. Duh.
All right, chillax.
I was thinking about this the other day though, because I was like, who writes these astrology? Like
astrologists.
Astrologists. They have titles.
Okay, thank you. But like, what? like I okay. I was reading, for example, put it this way. I was reading my horoscope for today, right?
Yes.
And I'm just like, I don't get like who is. I don't get why like how you can come up with these words, right?
Horoscopes are different.
Okay,
because they are not specific to you.
Okay.
Horoscopes are specific or general to your sign, so it could maybe potentially be about you.
But based on what? Like, who says that today they got to talk to me about?
Based on the planetary alignment.
Based on the sun, the moon, the stars.
Based on where the planets are sitting at on this day.
Yes.
But I'm not going to get too heavy into this because it's
Please,
very,
if you can.
Are you sure? Are you sure this is? You want to open Pandora's box? We can talk about it.
No, this is
So I'm gonna give you
Spark notes.
I'm not, because I'm not like very extremely well versed in it, but like I have a lot of friends who are, and I know enough to be able to explain it in layman's terms.
Right.
So with your birth chart, the reason why you'll hear girls or guys ask like, okay, when were you born? Like what time,
where,
what's the city you were born in, and what the date is. It's because in order to get your birth chart and be able to get like your sun, moon, and everything, astrologists need to know where like your longitude and
latitude.
It's specifically exactly where you were born, what city, what time, because that determines a lot. Because at the end of the day, we all know based on our education that planets move around the sun at different speeds,
intervals.
So there's different planets that take way longer to revolve around the sun than others do, right? So your time that you were born really, really matters because it tells you about specific planets and where they were, how they were aligned when you were born, at the exact moment that you were born. So I might be a Sagittarius, but my moon is in this, and my Venus is in this, and my Mars is in this,
Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn,
and all of these different planets represent different parts of who you are as a human.
Yes.
So if you're looking at where the planets were aligned when you were born and comparing them to, or astrologists will analyze that specific thing and compare it to where the planets are aligned right now today. That'll tell you how the alignment of the planets today is going to affect you personally. So when you're looking at horoscopes, that's a generalization
of the sign itself.
For the sign. But it doesn't really tell you specifically about how
you
things are going.
So quick follow-up question then.
Yeah.
What role how does fortune cookies work with this?
Yes, they taste delicious. By the way.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know I don't even know.
I've been getting some good ones.
If you need to, what you need to do is go on your soundboard and find a big buzzer sound effect and play that for yourself, because that wasn't it.
But you know what? I think this is gonna trigger me to eat an edible this weekend and dive into the history of fortune cookies, because now I'm like, what is the history of fortune cookies?
In Iron Man 2,
with
let's go. Mandarin, he said that the fortune cookie is one of America's many lies, as this is not.
It's not
Chinese.
It's not an actual thing.
It's not
an American made.
It is an American thing.
Just like chicken balls.
I want to know what the history of fortune cookies is, because us in Western society have a very different view of different cultures that are not Western.
Nope.
So like it's very Americanized, very North Americanized.
I don't know.
We're very vanilla.
I'm blaming the monarchy for that one.
Shaq, I don't know what you just did. You just sent Martika into a deep dive. She's literally gonna do this.
Fact, she's gonna do this. I love this.
She's literally gonna do this.
So I got the answer. I got the answer right here.
Oh.
Okay.
No. Let her find it. I want to know. I want to see the tweets.
You want me to do it?
I want a live stream of it.
No. It's actually not even clear. So it's actually just the tip of the iceberg for you.
Okay, good.
So the exact origin of fortune cookies is unclear. Though various immigrant groups in California claim to have popularized them in the early 20th century. The most they most likely originated from cookies made by Japanese immigrants to the United States in the late 19th or early 20th century. That's where you can start.
Look at Martika's face.
Oh, yeah. She's already in it.
I know that squinty face. I know when she gets all squinted up, but she's just like, this doesn't make no fucking sense.
Yeah.
So
this doesn't make no goddamn sense.
You got to choose. Justice League or Fortune Cookie. How are you going to balance your time? What are you going to do?
You act like Martika's not going to watch Justice League while having a MacBook and doing her research.
You go. I'm going to have this, and this is exactly what my setup is going to be. I'm going to have my PC playing one version, the black or white or the color. I haven't decided which one. Then I'm going to have my MacBook playing the other version whatever. And then I'm going to have my phone, I'm going to be scrolling about fortune cookies on my phone. But I have an Android, you see? So what I can do on my Android that Apple people can't do is I can split screen, not picture in picture. I can do split screen, so I can have my Wikipedia open on the top half, and I can have my Twitter open on my bottom half.
And you're still gonna be tweeting too.
But you know what's crazy? Because Martika really is like, she is this chaotic.
She's going to do it. I know.
The other day, I was like kind of feeling just like, yo, like, can I call you? She's like, yeah, I'm multitasking, but whatever.
Yeah, call me, no problem.
And it's she'll take the call and she's still doing what she has to do. I'm just like,
and I was running a whole, because I run a gaming community, so
she's organizing a whole tournament.
He's like, so what are you actually doing? Because I'm like, yeah, for sure, listening to this story, whatever. And then he was like, okay, so what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, the tournament just started. He's like, what tournament? And I'm like, oh, this like gaming tournament that I organized. He's like, you're in it? I'm like, no, I'm just like, I'm organizing, I'm making sure that it's running smoothly. He's like, it's happening right now? I'm like, yeah, it just started like 10 minutes ago. He's like, so can you be on the phone? I'm like, yeah, no problem.
My head
That's
hurts.
madness, honestly.
Her brain is nuts, but I love it.
Can't handle it.
I want to kind of go back to like our conversation about like men shooting their shot type shit, because I have a
yes.
You guys excited about this? You guys are like, yes, let's get back.
It's one of those things, because here's the thing. Listen, in high school, shout out to Stephen Lee Collegiate.
Hey,
when we used to go to we would have linked into each other. That's crazy. So either at Agincourt Mall or Scarborough Town Center or Cedar Bay Mall, I was the designated man to be like, yo, Stixx, go talk to that girl.
You were
that guy.
That was me.
The brave one.
That's
Stixx the brave.
Listen, I have no shame. You know what I'm saying? I'm the talkative one, and when it comes to like sparking up conversations in situ, it's just like, okay, we're in line at McDonald's, just like, oh my Lord, like whatever, just kind of spark up something. Or if anything, I'm just trying to be direct. I'm already annoyed at the fact that I have to go to this girl and ask her a question. I'm just like, yo, honestly, my boy is like mad shy or whatever, but he likes you, all this other stuff. And it's like, who? And then I look back and just like, that light skin one over there. So it's just like, hey. And it's just like, all right. So I was the recruiter to get the phone numbers and bring them back. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, it's like with me and my confidence, and like, you know, when it comes to shooting your shot, that's really what it's all about. You gotta have confidence. But at the same time, you can be smart with it. So and it's not like I'm like teaching a masterclass on shooting a shot, but it's just like, okay, if you establish enough rapport, especially in a public setting, and you're shooting your shot, you know, digitally. So if you have engagements, like, you know, on the timeline, shit like that, and then it's just like, okay, there's enough here that I feel like something can probably go on from this. So then you just like kind of introduce, it's like, hey, you know what? It'd be better served if, like, you know, what do you like in person or all this other stuff? Like, who are you personally? You know what I'm saying? On a respectful level. I'm not out here while I'm just like, yo, you fine, but I'm trying to get in them guts. What are you saying?
Jeez.
Like, that's not like that's not
waterworks in the DM.
It's just like, I'm not, where it's just like, you trying to get that pipe or not? Or it's just like, nah. Or it's just like, you know, you can do like, you know, the kind of flirty thing, but at the same time, it's about respect and establishing some kind of rapport. If you're a complete stranger and you're sending bare eye emojis and all this other shit, it's just like, fam, who are you? You're a weirdo.
You're starting something based off of nothing. Also. Like,
exactly.
Complete nothing.
Introduce conversation. Like it could be a respectful compliment on a photo or something like that. Or like, you know what I mean? Or if it's like, you know, you throw a compliment, you don't hear nothing back, you don't have to continue to harass her.
Double and triple, quadruple down.
If she liked the comment, or if they like the comment, because this applies to women as well. If they like the comment and there's no follow up with it, leave it alone. That's it. Live another day.
Just allow it. Exactly.
Saying, just allow it. Just like, yo, just there's more fish in the sea. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if that interest is mutual, then the other person will be more receptive to, like, you know, responding, giving you the time of day, kind of like, you know, that playful flirting back, wink, wink, hint, hint. And, you know, it's just something that can naturally build, because you want things to be organic. You don't want to force shit, because that's when it's just like, whatever. But if we're talking like pre-COVID days and it's just like, yo, I'm just trying to get something off. What are you saying? If you're out here, like if you're outside, it's just like, all right, yo, I don't even care about morals at this point. I just feel like
this man said done the morals.
This is superficial. Yeah. This is wagwan. This is what I'm trying to deal with. If you're about it, cool. If not, all right, I'll move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? But if you're looking for like something that you feel can grow to a point where it can evolve into something special, there's like, all right, be respectful, all this other stuff, point out on little things, just like, oh, like, you know, you look nice here, all this other, or anything else, or kind of encouraging.
Not even just about the looks, like, yo, I like that like vegan bowl you made. Tell me about that. I'm trying to switch up my diet a little bit. I want to learn more.
Like that. Like you want to be invested in their interest, and this is not genuinely, because, like, you know, mans like to take that, manipulate their ways into getting something, and then dash away like a cat. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not one of those. That's not what we're about. You know what I'm saying? So
it's childish ways.
Exactly. Like, you know, like, what is that?
So I have this clip that I want to play, because this woman says that if a guy chases a girl, he is considered weak. I'm pretty sure we're all going to disagree, but I want to humor it.
All right. Martika's face.
Chase a woman. And this is coming from a woman. And fellas, if you are actively out there chasing a woman right now, stop. Women do not like it. We don't respect it. And we do not value men that chase us. Why? Because we subconsciously or consciously view that man as weak. There's no challenge to him. He does not have other options. Because if he did, he wouldn't be so busy chasing up behind me. And obviously, if you're chasing that woman, she's not even giving you any play. She's not even showing you that she's interested. This is why you guys will see those same women that you are chasing up behind other men. Chasing up behind the men that are not paying.
It's funny because if I could have a screenshot of all you guys' faces, it was great. Everybody's like, I'm trying to understand it.
Like, that's the thing. I'm like, I was like, it's getting somewhere, but it's not.
At points I did, but then I'm like, you're contradicting yourself though. Like, what?
Yeah. But so let's not. All right, Martika, please.
Okay. My thing is that if we're going to be offering up our opinions, we can't generalize by saying we and women this and men that, because I'm sitting there listening and I'm just like, there are some women that like to be chased.
They like to pursue it, right? It's exciting. It's
exciting, like, and like there are. And context is very loose here too. So it's just like, is this the very beginning where like somebody is chasing down somebody in the sense that like they've said something in the DMs and the girl hasn't said anything, and then they say something again and the girl still hasn't said anything, and then is it that, or is it like
it doesn't sound like it's that? It just seems like pursuit.
And I'm just like
thirst.
And then but then I'm just like, okay, so if we're talking about the fact that like men are seen as weak for chasing somebody, I thought that like we also were applying pressure. So like where's the line between like,
there's balance,
right?
Like, talk to him.
Are we applying pressure or are we chasing? Like what's the difference? And I feel like, and this is the same thing with me, like between talking and dating. Like, I don't understand the difference between talking and dating. To me, they're the same. Like, I feel like people get when I say this, people get confused because dating doesn't always mean I'm singularly dating you only. Like, there is dating around. I could be dating multiple people. So I feel like for me, getting to know someone with the intention of there being more than just a platonic relationship is dating. So, and I feel like this kind of falls in line where it's like, are we applying pressure or are you chasing down a woman? It's just like, isn't it technically?
I hate that term. I hate that term, applying pressure, so much.
Yeah,
this is the first I've heard of it, actually.
I know, I've never heard it like this.
Is it not the same thing? It's a social media thing.
Like, it really is. I feel like it's just a Twitter thing.
It's a weird like thing that people have made a thing, and I don't really understand it because I feel like applying pressure, or what like social media deems to be applying pressure, is just dating.
Literally,
that's
dating.
what applying pressure is.
The good behaviors of dating. So like applying pressure is like good morning texts, and it's just like, are we
We're 10. We're 10 years old apparently.
Like,
I'm like, wait, what?
Are we in high school? Like, because I feel like we already are doing this, and if you're not receiving the bare minimum, then it's not a relationship.
No,
I don't understand.
No, legit.
So,
and the thing is, and Martika, I know that we can like kind of speak to this. When you've gone the whole way with the whole relationship gauntlet, you're just like, what the fuck is all this? I don't have to do all this shit.
Oh my God. Coming back to
all
dating,
the way. Yo, it's so poverty.
Coming back to dating after being married is such a weird place. Because I was with the same person for like so many years, and then now coming back into this weird like, because when I was in my relationship and then we got married or whatever, dating apps, like there were dating sites, but there were no dating apps. Like Tinder became a thing while I was married, or like while I was in my relationship. So like dating apps became a thing, and then like getting into the DMs, like all these things.
Culture. Yeah, that's all new shit.
You have to learn all that.
Yeah, and like dating as a whole is like completely different from what it was when I last dated before I was married. So like with him, like I met my ex-husband through somebody else, like through a friend.
Old school.
That's a good way to meet someone. That's a proper way.
Right. Yeah. So then now, like all my dating experiences after that, we may have mutuals, but they're not like close mutuals. And the dating always starts on a social media app. Like the first point of contact is always on social media. So it's just a very different world. Like I'm not meeting somebody out.
Which is crazy because everybody's getting a curated version of each other.
Exactly.
That's right. You're not. Yeah. Exactly. So when you meet the real person, like,
you meet the real person. Like you can have your interactions on social media. You meet the real person when you start having phone calls, offline stuff. That's when you really get to know them more, and that's what's really the most important. So just like a lot of people subscribe to a lot of rules, so like how to navigate through relationships and like online and whatnot. I'm just like, no, that's just a figmented portion of it. Where like in the grand scheme, it's the 4 or 5 hours of conversation on FaceTime. It's watching movies together, whatever. In a pandemic, I feel like there's been more emphasis on getting to know somebody really organically because you're spending so much condensed time that you would never have had outside of it. Because it's like, I know for a fact, had it not been for this pandemic, I wouldn't have met who I'm talking to right now. And to the point where it's just like,
you'd never stop to have that opportunity.
Never stop.
Like,
no.
And the thing is, maybe it probably would have, but because of so many varying circumstances that led to our connection in the first place, that was basically through the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, a lot of people like to put a lot of rules, and people like to be relationship gurus and shit like that. It's like there's no such thing as a relationship guru because not all relationships come in the same size. Fam, like that's why like I'm not putting myself on a pedestal. Like, oh, I know about relationships. Like, fam.
I don't know experience.
I don't know exactly. I can speak myself.
As we can clearly see through experience, exactly. Things have been like things have been great, and then they've been not great. You know what I'm saying? But that's life.
That's life. Ebbs and flows, right? That's
fair.
Are you really going through the thesaurus right now, man?
Damn.
Absolutely.
I know, but yeah, it's warranted. It's okay, Martika. It's fine.
Yeah.
Healthy love and abundance.
Hey.
Let's stay forward.
Man, that's a crazy take though, man. Like, I don't know. And you know what else I heard this week too? I don't know. I can't remember who it was, but there's been a lot of talk about money and relationships this week. I don't know if it's just me, but I've been hearing a lot. And I heard something about, I can't remember who it was now, but they're like, oh, if you have to front most of the cost in your relationship, then you're single. It was like essentially that point.
Fuck? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
I can't remember.
It must have been that same girl that we just listened to.
Because I have been, and it's.
It doesn't make any sense.
It was somewhere on Instagram. Like, I don't know if it was one of those rappers. Yeah.
Please,
to be honest, like, I feel like a lot of these people who come up with these stupid ass rules and theories have never been in an actual solid relationship before, or any kind of relationship where you go through like conflict and like turmoil, like external and internal turmoil and things, where you actually have to like make life decisions with somebody.
Yeah.
Because like
you have to compromise, you have to sacrifice things.
Because the thing is like you have to you'll go through when you're in a long-term relationship, even short-term, because things can happen in a blink of an eye. But like when you're in a relationship and you have to go through shit like job loss and things like that, where like your partner doesn't have income and you're then now having to take care of the both of you.
Changes.
Bro, like so now that you're not making income, you're no longer in a relationship, or you're single.
Yeah.
Like that's stupid. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
You're not adults for real.
I swear to God, like 16-year-olds are making up this shit.
On God,
it's Gen Z, man.
Of course, it's Gen Z. Just like fam. Listen, bro, you literally can't even go to physical school right now. What are you talking about? Like,
you know? Go read an ebook.
I thought you just blamed Jay-Z. I was like, why would Jay-Z be behind all of this? What did he say?
I mean, shit. Jay-Z is not necessarily a role model. That nigga cheated too. What the fuck?
On Beyonce.
Yeah.
On Beyonce of all people.
No.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what it comes down to is just like, look, if you are not ready to be in a relationship, you really need to just like, look, be single, date around. But the thing is, don't invest your emotions if you're not ready to actually subscribe to them, or as I like to say to Martika, live in them. Like, she pays rent in the fields. You know what I'm saying? And yes, and
why am I getting paged?
because
knows.
I am in my fields, but I'm comfortable there.
You pay rent.
I pay rent and what? I'm a very
and utilities. Yes, you are, and it's very important to be aware of your emotions as you decide that you want to invest your time and efforts into somebody, because it's not like a joke thing. Me, myself, yes, being single is cool, but I also like companionship. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Martika, pretty much every day at the hour, it's just like, I need cuddles. Every single day. I need a cuddle, fam. I need a hug, fam. But the thing is, I feel that. I feel
it. And whenever you say it, I'm like, I don't feel like liking it every time, because like I do feel that way often. Every day. I understand, because I could like every single one of these.
I need you all of you to appreciate these tweets more, because every time I tweet it, it's a different variation of the tweet. I say the same thing, but
it's a different variation.
It's true. One day it's all caps, one day it's lowercase, one day it's sad emoji.
It's like how bad and urgently it is needed.
Do you need the cuddle?
Right.
Exactly. No, but I feel that. So it's just like, like, fuck, I'm trying to get a cuddle, fam. Like, one hug, like, can I do it? Can I have a cuddle session?
You know how long it's been since I've cuddled somebody? It's been a long time.
Bro, I hugged my phone yesterday. My girl's like, I need a hug. I'm like, I miss you. That's as close as I got.
That's so cute,
man. It's the corny shit. It's
I'm not. I be hugging my pillow. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying?
Some nights I straight up I have like 6 pillows. I'm like, okay, perfect. Let me try a body pillow vibe. And I'm like, oh wait, hold on.
Can you pass one over to Martika, please?
I have a body
pillow.
You need a boyfriend pillow.
I have a body pillow.
The one that has the arm.
You need a doll. Just get a doll.
Have one with an arm?
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't have the body heat. So like, I need the.
They probably have a heated one.
Probably,
don't. That's a business venture now.
And I need like
Don't talk too much. No, save that.
Okay, listen.
Dragon's Den.
Everybody here has seen Black Mirror. I'm
Yes.
not trying to do Black Mirror shit and then have to hide my fake boyfriend in the attic because I'm weird. Like, I'm not trying to do that shit.
Listen, this is what you do. You get your body pillow, right? But then you get a heated blanket. You wrap it like a tortilla, and then you sleep with that motherfucker, bro.
This sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah,
but you would do it. It's worth
and
it.
You're
you would
also
get your cuddle.
acting. You're also acting like I don't have a 5-year-old that comes into my bedroom,
right,
and disturbs my peace on a regular basis.
That's fair. That's
cuddles.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know what cuddling a 5-year-old is like?
What?
Waking up with a literal foot on your neck.
Sounds
that is
right.
a cuddle.
Sounds about right.
That is a cuddle.
Oh my god,
that is jokes.
Yeah, yo, just it's. But the thing is, it's genuine cuddles.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's not no casual thing. And the thing is, I get that. I was just like, you know what? I don't just want to be out here, doing shit casually.
Yeah, no, you want meaningful. You want
meaningful shit, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because like when I say like, oh, I haven't cuddled in a long time, and like my phone is dry. Like people think that I'm being like coy or something.
Yeah.
And I'm okay, yeah. They're like, oh, but your DMs. I'm like, yeah, like there might be people in my DMs, but I'm not interacting with them like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I myself don't have a roster. I myself am not cuddling anybody.
Yes.
So it's just like, okay, sure, like there's people in my DMs, but I'm not there with them.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in there.
They're in there.
They're in there, but I'm not.
They're in the abyss. They're in the abyss, just chilling. Like just you're hanging out there.
And I'm here by myself in my room on my bed, just chilling with I have a heated mattress. I have my LED lights. I have like all these things.
Hold on, you have a heated mattress?
Right? I was like, we can't skip that.
I need to buy one of those.
How do you get a heated mattress, fam?
It's like a pad that like sits on top of your mattress, and you plug it in, and there's like a remote or whatever.
Does it cool as well?
No, it doesn't. However, you can set like a timer so it doesn't stay on all night or whatever.
That's all I need.
Okay. Yeah.
So for me,
I need a preheat.
Bro, I swear to God, when I first got the fucking pad, I didn't know. Like I knew about the timer, but I was like, the intensity. Like I didn't think it was gonna be that intense.
Mm-hmm.
So I set it up, whatever. For the first week, I was waking up like
drenched,
drenched, and I'm like,
you're in a sauna, fam.
Yeah, and I was dating somebody at the time, and I would text him, and I'm like, yo, like I'm losing weight. Like, why am I losing weight?
I need this.
Oh wait, what?
And I'm like,
hold on.
Yeah. This is.
And then I realized that I could set it for like an hour, and then it'll just turn off by itself, and then I don't have that problem anymore. But yeah, so yeah, I have my mattress heater. I have my little setup here by myself. I have my Netflix, and I have my gaming community, and I have my kid, and I have whatever. And then if I want to engage in my DMs, I'll go and engage in my DMs. But I don't have a roster. I am very much by myself.
I'm just curious.
We're in a pandemic, bro.
I'm curious if I use this as like a promo clip and we put this out on Twitter, if your DMs would go up or down.
Right?
I'm going to say this into the microphone. Okay? I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
Just because I'm talking about my DMs does not mean it's an invitation to come into my damn DMs. Okay?
What?
Right?
You hear the accent? You hear the accent?
Auntie, just call in.
Just saying. I'm just saying,
things.
like, I am single, but I'm also in a very intentional place. I don't want some fuckery business in my shit. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, there are interests of mine that I have, and they're there, but I am not actively anything. I'm just chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's waiting on the right DM.
Yeah, that's it. That's on the right DM.
I'm selectively available.
The right DM.
National interest.
I'm selectively available.
It's like Excalibur. Every man's trying.
Oh no! It's that scene. It's that scene from
Age of Ultron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's worthy?
One will squeak because she replied, and that's it.
And that's all. That's all.
No, but the thing is, the reply isn't even the factor. filter because I'm a nice person. If somebody's going to converse with me or start a conversation, I will entertain a conversation.
Because you're a natural flirt.
And you're looking for you're looking for the vision to your Wanda.
Yes.
That's a bar.
However, just because I'm speaking to somebody does not mean that I'm interested in that person.
Right.
So and also like we were talking about before, just circling back to the whole DMs or approaching women thing.
Yeah.
I don't like the way that I like to be approached. Again, this is not an invitation. The way that I like
I love the disclaimers. I love the disclaimers.
I love it.
The way that everybody's gonna be on everybody's gonna use this tactic now. The way that I like to be approached is like how we were talking. If you're going to come into my DMs, talk about something that you think is going to actually interest me, catch my attention. I don't mind if you pre my page because you're already preing my page. So you might as well actually pre it properly and then like actually look at the things that I'm talking about, or go into my Instagram and see about the things that I'm posting on my stories or on my feed. And because those are the things that actually interest me as a person. My Twitter is mostly like gaming and like cuddles these days.
So you want a man,
but like,
you want a man in sales that just know how to catch a lead in the right way.
Right. Like do your research. I'm a research person.
Okay.
I'm in marketing. Like I work in tech and marketing.
Hey.
So I'm very much like a research-based person.
Stixx.
If you have an objective, build out a plan and follow. Yeah, lead
6
generation.
touch points.
My girl
wants a whole business case. She wants a whole business case.
What part? Listen, if you're marketing yourself to me, you have to know your target market, right? Okay, so if you know your target market, you also have to know where in my own personal journey am I for you to market to? Do I know who you are? Am I in the awareness phase? Yes or no?
How high in the funnel are you?
Okay, right. Am I in the awareness phase? Do I already know about you, or do you actually have to bring awareness to me about you?
Might have to nurture, right? Nurturing process.
Right. If I know you already, if I know of you already, and we've already interacted on the timeline or whatever the case may be, but we don't really have like a deep connection or anything like that, are we going to nurture that lead in order to make sure that it actually converts or not?
Like what conversion rate? What's the conversion?
What's your conversion rate? And then if we've already kind of converted, do you have a loyalty plan?
Ooh. Okay.
What do you mean by that?
This man had to get up.
Yeah, what's your retention?
Oh, yes. Retention is key.
Oh my God.
You got to see the ROI.
Damn, Martika froze, fam.
I'm here. I'm back.
Nah, you got to see the ROI, right? Is it worth the investment?
I need to know if as a customer or as a lead, if my investment into you is actually going to return something to me or not.
Give him the gunshots. She needs the gunshots right now.
Because at the end of the day, I am going to be 32 this year. I have a 5-year-old and my time is very limited. So is my energy. So if I'm going to be investing my very limited time and energy on you, it needs to be worth it.
Yes.
Bars.
Big woman talk.
Bars.
That's what it is.
I love it.
No play ting.
Come correct. Come correct.
And that's the thing. That's why it's just like, yo, fam, I don't know. That's why, like, sometimes when I see some of these messages, I'm just like, yo, fam, do you know who Martika is, fam? Like, she's a big woman. She's a big woman with a pitney, fam. Like, what do you hear? What are you contributing to this?
What are you bringing to the table?
Corny jokes, fam?
Like, honestly, like, telling me that you also, too, would like to cuddle with me is like, okay, everybody wants to cuddle, and what? Yeah. Like, what else are we going to do?
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
Hey, guys, you better step it up, man.
Step it up.
Step up with the whole
this is not an invitation.
It was just a master class.
It's just a master class on how to treat people like normal human beings. That's it.
I hope y'all took notes.
Also, if you have a great vocabulary, then that might be a little bit more enticing.
She can get all kind of big words in her DM now.
Right? Matt's just gonna have the dictionary out.
All the TIs. How many times are you gonna see expeditiously written in your DM? Before I let you guys go, I want to play this clip and have this conversation quickly because I think it's very appropriate for the end of this Zoom call podcast.
Oh, yes.
I just saw this clip and I agree with everything this guy says because I feel like we'll all relate, and I know you know exactly.
I use this at work today. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
PSA, but if we're wrapping up an end of day meeting and the presenter asks if anyone has any questions, you don't. You don't have any questions. Even if you think you do, and again, you don't. You're going to go back to your desk and you're going to ask the presenter that question in an email. Like a civilized human being, like a member of society. And if you unmute that microphone and you prevent me from logging off for the day to ask an irrelevant question, I don't want to sound dramatic, but I will crawl through that Zoom window like the girl from The Ring, and I will bury you. I will bury you so deep in the ground that the memory of your existence is wiped from this earth forever.
Damn.
Absolutely.
That's how badly I want to be done with work.
Absolutely.
Yo, can I tell you that I had a meeting at work that went till 4:30 today, and that is how they ended it on a Friday.
Oh, with this?
With this, yeah, with this clip.
That's so true.
That's great.
First of all, we need to abolish 9 a.m. and 4:30 meetings.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're having meetings at the crack of dawn, and I don't understand why we're having meetings when I'm scheduled to log off.
Yeah.
Like I have a to-do list, fam. Like I need to make sure that my to-do list is done by the end of the day.
Right.
If you want meetings, schedule them for this. But here's the thing. Also, I've always like booked time on my own calendar. Like if I mean, obviously, like I'm privileged enough to be able to do that. But I've blocked off time, like work time, project time, catch up time at those hours so that nobody can book me during that time.
I love that. Yeah, it's a tactic.
Let me give you a little inside hint here. As someone who works with Office 365, there's a feature in Outlook called Insights. And it can book. It will go through your calendar and book focus time for you and make you unavailable.
That's crazy.
Dang.
Fire.
Yeah.
That is so fire.
Yeah. So it will just look at open space in your calendar and just book that time for you, and you're set. It'll put your status as like do not disturb.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That is very fire. You know what? You know what that reminds me of? That clip reminds me. It brought me back to like high school. Or like school in general.
Oh my God, yeah, you just want to get out.
And then you have that one you who raised their hand
at 3:05.
He's like, yo, fam, we're trying to go, bro. What else? Like, yo, we don't want to miss Rap City in the basement and White TV. I got shows to watch, bro.
Facts. I got bus to catch.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I live 45 minutes away from school. Like, yeah, you think I'm trying to stay later because you want to be inquisitive? No, wait till tomorrow.
Facts.
So with that being said, does anybody have any other questions? Anything else they want to bring up?
Let me close this thing right now. Let me close this thing.
So I want to thank you guys for coming on the pod. This was a whole lot of fun.
Most definitely.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
I can't stress enough how much this needs to be done in person.
Yes.
And I can't wait.
Yep.
I can't wait.
And I'm not even like I'm like, knock on wood, trying to think about doing shit like this in the summer.
Oh yeah.
Like we can be outside. I don't even care about it, but
we're gonna find a way. Backyard thing.
I would love to.
Absolutely.
Fam, I live by a couple parks and shit like that. I got my apartment. It's great. Martika's been there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's cozy vibes all day, every day. So yeah, man. I can't wait to see people on the outside. Like really link again and shit like that, you know?
Yeah, even coming to Richmond Hill, I got Markham Station next door.
That's it.
It's not the real thing, man.
They opened up a Markham Station, is all I'm saying.
If it's not at Morningside and Shepherd, I don't want it.
Young and Elgin Mills, Markham Station.
Young and Elgin Mills, absolutely not.
Deep.
I need it in the same plaza as the Jamaican food, where the food basics.
The food basics. Yes.
I need that's the only Markham Station I recognize.
Yep.
But yeah, before we head out, just I don't know if you guys want to give them your socials, anything that you guys have going on. I know you guys talk about Martika got some gaming tournaments and stuff that she's got going on. We got Mr. Stixx chopping shit up always. You got your podcast as well.
Yeah, I got a new episode with DJ SB. Go check that out. It's cool. I got to gear up for. Actually, I have 2 episodes I'm supposed to do with Martika. One, we got the 1 year anniversary, and then the one with Alicia. You have to do that one still.
Oh yes.
We have to do that one still. Yeah, I'm out here, Mr. _Stixx. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the Raptors and the Eagles trading back their draft picks for whatever reason. But you know what? We don't have to talk about that, Patrick. I know you understand the vibes. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Editing wise, I'm out here and I'm everywhere. I'm working on an HGTV show right now, so that's really nice. Doing things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
What about you, Teeks?
Mama Teeks on everything. Yeah, I got the gaming community, which is the Fast and the Foolery, aka FXF. That on Twitter and Instagram is FXF Squad. Then I have Hustle's Agenda on everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait till the next time you're on, because we'll have to tap into the whole gaming side, because we didn't even get a chance to explore that.
Teach me, because I don't game. So y'all can school me.
I love gaming. It's my outlet.
Facts.
The world general speaking.
Yes. You already know what it is, man. Patrick Dennis Jr. on everything. I got some stuff in the works, so keep checking the IG. You'll see it this week, hopefully.
Are you sure?
Shop like Shaq. You waste.
My bad. What'd you say?
Are you gonna do that Toronto thing? It's just like, yo, I got something coming, fam.
He says that every week. No, he says it every week though. I don't know. I honestly don't know what he's talking about. Anytime he's like, I got some stuff cooking.
Okay, so
there's always stuff cooking. I don't give you details.
What's in the oven?
The page.
It's
a surprise. It's a surprise dish. Exactly. It's in that slow cooker.
It needs to be in the pressure cooker. That's what it is.
Yeah, apply pressure, Patrick.
Don't worry. When you see it this week, y'all be like, okay, we see you, we see you.
All right.
And then of course it's
Shop like Shaq. You waste.
Shop like Shaq with a K, Twitter, Instagram, NWTH podcast on everything else. You guys know the vibes. This was great.
Teeks, it's your turn, yo.
Yeah. Keep it up. Yeah.
To do what?
Hot 16.
No.
Hey.
Get it.
I'm not doing it.
Get it.
That's with the hype.
Hey.
Go, Patrick.
Y'all gotta see Stixx moves. Hey.
Fastest Millie rocker north of the border.
I'm ridiculous and I know it.
Absolutely.
You already know.
Oh my God.